Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final episode of Healing with Seb. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of tears. I'm hearing a lot of crying. I'm hearing a lot of complaining. I'm seeing big, wet, salty tears. But I tricked you. It's not the end of the show, it's just the end of the season. We got a few more in us. But for now, it's it. Today's episode is going to be an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen. But first, I want you to take a deep breath in and out. Doesn't that feel so much better? Doesn't that make you feel so much lighter? Just deep breaths. Works a lot sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work when everything's a bit too much. But sometimes it's just like one of the best things you can do. Deep breaths. Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is going to be titled Relationships. It's going to be about healing from past relationships. It's also going to be talking about new relationships. It's going to be talking about potentially someone bulldozing down the walls of your life and coming in saying ka-chow and saying stuff like you're mine now, and you're like, sure. Yeah, so let's all grab our cups of tea, let's all grab our snacks, okay, coffee if you're an American, and then let's sit down and get ready to start. 2 minutes in. Okay, welcome back. You know, a soul's deep relationship... A relationship? What about sheep? A soul's relationship between two people is one of life's most beautiful experiences. But apart from that, apart from lighting the fires of passion within a person, you know, an intimate relationship is also an opportunity for both to heal the wounds of their past and grow stronger. Everyone enters a new relationship with some emotional baggage. Even those who have done the soul work independently and have attracted a relationship-ready partner into their life. That's because the deepest work is done in partnership. Let me explain. With two heart-connected individuals, seeing the issues that trigger each other is a gift, or a clue, or something to help them in their healing, rather than an obstacle. And two people who can help each other heal can also help each other love more. My surname's Dinsmore, by the way. More, get it? Look, you see, guys, behind every great relationship are difficult and uncomfortable conversations we rarely get to see. Great relationships don't fall into our laps. I mean, in some cases they do, but normally they don't. They require people to move through their fears and insecurities and do the hard work to move wounds into healing. And let me tell you something, a new relationship happens when you least expect it, I swear. Let me tell you first and foremost, you are not defined by your past relationships. You have the power to create a better future. Something I told someone once before was something like, the burdens of your past are your business, but the burdens of your future are my privilege. And that's love. That's when you're in. It's when you're all in and you're ready. First and foremost, if you choose to run away from healing your past relationship trauma, it will continue to show up in your current relationships one way or another, unless you choose to address it. It's key. Healing from past relationships is key to finding genuine love Okay? You gotta let go and you gotta open up and you gotta be real with yourself. If there's some shit that you've got in a past relationship, look, you don't have to share it with your current partner, but you gotta share it with someone. Find someone you trust and talk to them. You see, I'm hoping I'm getting through that negativity sloping. Okay? It's true when I say I care, it's just that the love isn't there yet. You gotta release all that negative energy. You gotta sort out your past. Otherwise your past will stay your anchor. If you're in a place where you've just been broken up with and you go through the trauma, one day you will tell your story of how you've overcome what you're going through now. And it will become part of someone else's survival guide. That's quite a nice quote, I think. Saw it in Google somewhere. But the main thing is, don't let the pain from a past relationship overshadow your chances for a healthy new one. Ladies and gents, all I really want from you here is truth. All any of us want is love and good deeds. Because when you prove to yourself how powerful you really are by getting over your pain and trauma, you could be a superhero. You know, not me personally, but your past relationships are complicated, right? And it's time to accept healing. Now it's time to attract relationships that are fulfilling and fun. Fulfilling mainly, though. You know, it's not always just about feeling some kind of way, although that is part of it. Healing is not linear. Okay? It takes time and it happens all over the place. If you're going through hell, keep going. Because why would you stop in hell? You know, the forgiving state of mind is a magnetic power for attracting good. If you've experienced emotional neglect, you got to repeat these things to yourself. I'm not asking for anything unreasonable. My needs are not too much. The right people will hear my request and honour my needs. I am not weak for desiring support. My needs are as important as others. Some people will hold space for me. I am strong when I am vulnerable. I can use my words. It's okay to feel what I need to feel. Love is love. And if you're going through trauma from previous relationships because they were too ignorant or they were too abusive mentally or physically or whatever, be honest. Open up to yourself and you'll be so much lighter. Healing is a journey and it takes time. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with others. Be patient with life. And then when you least expect it, when you're healed, when you're healing, when you're moving on, it'll be time. It'll be time to go. No, it'll be time to be ready for your next partner, your next relationship, your next love. You know? It's sad to think, you know, on the deep stuff, Either you end up brokenhearted or you end up married. And even if you do marry, 50% of them end up in divorce. Not me though, because I'm a catch. But what I'm saying is, you gotta be open to love. You see, we've gone over the 10-minute mark again, but that's okay, because I'm trying to get through to you. You will never know the power of healing from a toxic relationship. You will never know the power of yourself until someone hurts you badly. Once you get over that, you're so strong. And forgiveness is a strange thing. It can sometimes be easier to forgive your enemies than your friends, and it can be hardest of all to forgive people we love, but you can forgive and forget, or sometimes you can move on. Just let go. It's harder said than done. It's easier said than done. Not harder said than done, it's easier said than done. But let go. Now you don't have to worry about it anymore. You see, I had a breakup about a year ago. A year and a bit ago. And I was single for about a year and a few months. And then something happened. A crazy Italian lady smacked down the walls of my life. Through God. Because, as you know, I'm religious. I have faith in the big man in the sky, and, you know, part of me prayed for a relationship because, you know, I feel like I love best when I'm in one, and I feel like I'm happiest when I'm in one. Doesn't mean that I'm not happy with my own company, but I am happier when I'm giving that love to other people as well. And for about a year I prayed, and finally I joined this thing and got the people I needed, and then I got a message from this crazy chick, and she was like, "So dude, may have had a crush on you for like 4 or 5 days. Yikes." And I was just like, same. And maybe not like that with a weird laugh, but you know what I mean. And I was like, ha ha ha, same. But I was day 2, baby. You know, I love too hard, and I am easily trusting, and I fall so easily. This lass has, a contagious laugh, a contagious over-exaggerated smile, and is loving, and is kind, and is a little bit crazy, and, loving. And not just that, it's the fact that she cares. Which is like me, I'm a guy that cares. It gives her whole heart into something. And she's explained to me that she's tried to not let go, but step back a bit, because, sometimes people can abuse that kindness. So, we're similar people in the same context of humour, in the same context of being dogs, and the same context of being royal. And by that I mean you'll have to wait and find out. And then we're talking constantly. We're messaging, we're calling, we're never expected someone like her But there we go. As I say, it's when you least expect it. Can you hear the getting hyped music? Can you hear that? Oh, it's like Batman or some shit. But I'm Batman. But but it's just, it's always hard to say, but it's letting your walls down. It's getting ready and just accepting love. Ladies and gentlemen, relationships can be weird, relationships can be odd, relationships can be tough. It's all about settling on something, and it's all about compromise and communication and all that sort of shit. But if you want it to last and you want it to work, then you'll talk to each other and you'll make it work. Now, I think we lost the main message of this podcast, which was getting over, past toxic relationships. But I think I've said enough. Right? You hear and see all around you, and you just gotta let go. You gotta move on. Never give up. Because true forgiveness is when you can say thank you for that experience. I learnt from it. And I'm moving on. There's certain things as unhealed trauma. Low sense of self-worth, always fearing what might happen next, codependency in relationships, resisting positive change, tolerating abusive behaviours, fear of being abandoned. Yeah, that's a bit of me, fear of being abandoned, but there we go. Putting your needs aside for other people, craving for external validation, not being able to tolerate conflict, being overtly agreeable, difficulty standing up for yourself. Okay, I didn't realise to be personally attacked by myself today, but there we go. So much things unhealed trauma can look like, and you got to heal yourself. But sometimes going into another relationship can help that healing process. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna wrap this up. Learn to love properly. And let me love you. Until you learn to love yourself. Is that the song? Let me love you, and I will love you until you learn to love yourself. That's the song. But then again, if I'm loving you and you finally love yourself, don't just leave me. Anyway, I'm so dumb. Anyways, yeah, I think that's a good place to end it on. Enjoy the final episode of this second season of Healing with Seb. Next season we will have another poster with a different shade of sunglass. Sunglasses. Sunglasses. And we've had yellow, we've had red. It's now time for black and blue. So, season 3 will be black, and then season 4 will be blue. And once I've ran out of different coloured sunglasses, we will end this podcast. Then I don't have to think of random things to talk about. But hopefully this helps. I know I'm not a therapist, I know I'm not a professional, but I'm just someone that cares. So if you needed to hear this today, then you needed to hear this. And this was completely rambling on like most of the episodes, but there we go. I'll see you soon. Ciao for now. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final episode of Healing with Seb. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of tears. I'm hearing a lot of crying. I'm hearing a lot of complaining. I'm seeing big, wet, salty tears. But I tricked you. It's not the end of the show. It's just the end of the season. We got a few more in us. But for now, it's it.